There's a place where the sky touches the earth, where clouds drift beneath your feet, and the horizon disappears completely. This isn't science fiction. It's not a dream. It's real. And it's waiting in the heart of South America. Welcome to Salar de Uyuni, Bolivia. This is the largest salt flat on Earth. Over 10,000 square kilometers of flat, blinding white crust. But when the rains come, something miraculous happens. A thin layer of water transforms this dry desert into the world's biggest mirror. The reflection is so perfect, so seamless, it erases gravity, flips the world upside down. Suddenly you're walking through the sky, and for a moment, you forget which way is up. Time feels different here. Sound disappears. Depth vanishes. You're left with light, color, and a silence so vast it almost hums. It's no wonder astronauts train here. It's the closest thing we have to the surface of another planet. When the sun sets over Salar de Uyuni, the sky explodes in color, and the salt flat mirrors it all. The reds, the purples, the golds stretch infinitely outward, doubled across land and air. And when night falls, the stars don't just shine above you, they surround you. You are floating through a galaxy on Earth. But beyond its beauty, Salar de Uyuni is a place of extremes: high altitude, blinding sunlight, thin air, freezing nights. And yet, it feels gentle, peaceful, untouched, like a dream you've stepped into, one too fragile to last. No photograph, no video, no story can prepare you for it. You have to stand here, feel it, lose your breath, lose your direction, and remember what untouched wonder feels like. Salar de Uyuni isn't just one of Earth's most beautiful places. It's one of its most impossible. High above the forests of central China, something unbelievable rises from the mist. Stone towers, sky-piercing spires, hundreds of them, each one standing alone, surrounded by clouds, like they're floating, suspended between heaven and earth. This is Zhangjiajie, a place so surreal it inspired the floating mountains of Pandora in James Cameron's Avatar. But this isn't fiction. This is real, and older than time. These sandstone pillars have stood for over 300 million years, carved by wind, rain, and slow erosion. They rise hundreds of meters into the sky. Each one is unique, weathered, crowned in green, wrapped in mist, nature's skyscrapers, built without a single blueprint. Walking through Zhangjiajie feels like entering another dimension. One moment you're deep in the forest, the next you're standing on a glass bridge suspended over an endless drop. The cliffs vanish into clouds. The air hums with stillness. And for a moment, you're no longer on Earth. There are trails here, winding through canyons, climbing along cliff edges, disappearing into fog. The trees whisper, the stone looms, and the sky feels impossibly close. Locals call this place sacred, a land of spirits, a place where gods could land and never be noticed. And then there's the quiet. It settles over the mountains like a second mist. No engines, no highways, just the sound of wind brushing over stone, the same way it has for millions of years. You can't rush through Zhangjiajie. You have to let it happen. You have to climb, look up, look out, and realize some places are so beautiful, so impossible. They don't look real. And yet, here they are. There are places that look like paintings. And then there are places that make you question whether nature is the artist or the illusion itself. This is the wave, hidden in the Arizona desert and carved by wind, water, and 200 million years of silence. Getting here isn't easy. Only 20 people per day are allowed to step foot in this fragile wonder. There are no signs, no guardrails, just a shifting trail through the desert. But those who find it discover one of the most otherworldly landscapes on Earth. The sandstone here flows like liquid, frozen in motion. Layer after layer of red, gold, and orange swirl into one another, like the earth melted and solidified mid-breath. It doesn't look real, it doesn't feel real. And yet every curve is natural, formed slowly, patiently, sculpted by time. As you walk, the colors shift with the light. In the morning, it glows like fire. Midday, it pulses with copper and clay. At sunset, it softens into lavender and rust. No 2 hours look the same. No 2 steps feel identical. The silence here is thick. No traffic, no chatter. Just the wind brushing through the rock, whispering through a gallery built by the earth herself. Even your own footsteps feel like an interruption. This isn't a hike. It's a slow unraveling of perception. A place that makes you feel small, and it fades. That's why it's protected, sacred, guarded by distance and access. Not for everyone, but unforgettable for those who make it. And if you ever find yourself here, standing inside these impossible shapes, you'll understand why. Some masterpieces should never be replicated. In a world of blue oceans and green forests, there's a single lake that dares to be different. A lake that glows with the color of candy, blush, and rose petals, no matter the season. Welcome to Lake Hillier. Tucked away on Middle Island, off the coast of Western Australia, Lake Hillier is small, less than a mile long. But what it lacks in size, it makes up for in shock. Because no matter where you stand, or when you visit, its waters stay a perfect bubblegum-pink. From the air, it's almost unreal. A ribbon of bright pink water, separated from the deep blue of the Indian Ocean by a thin strip of white sand and dark green forest. It's nature's most vibrant contrast, painted with impossible precision. And here's the strangest part. No one fully agrees on why it's pink. Scientists believe it's a combination of salt-loving microalgae, bacteria, and extreme salinity. A delicate biological balance that turns the water into liquid color. But even if you scoop it into a bottle, it stays pink. You can't swim here. You can't boat here. Lake Hillier is protected, untouched by tourism, reachable only by air or special expedition. Its beauty is something you admire, not consume. At sunset, the lake deepens to rose gold, mirroring the fading light over the Indian Ocean. And at midday, under a bright Australian sun, it glows so intensely you'd think it was lit from within. It is rare. It is fragile. It is one of Earth's quiet wonders, a reminder that sometimes the most breathtaking beauty comes not from scale, but from singularity. Lake Hillier doesn't need to be big to be unforgettable. High in the thin air of the Peruvian Andes lies a mountain unlike any other on Earth. Its slopes are streaked with color, reds, golds, greens, and purples, as if a giant's brush painted across the land. This is Vinicunca, the Rainbow Mountain. At over 17,000 feet above sea level, it's not an easy journey. The air is thin. The wind is sharp. Every step feels heavier than the last. But with each rise in the trail, more color reveals itself. The hues aren't man-made. They are the result of centuries, no, millions of years of geological layering. Iron oxide paints the reds. Copper dusts the greens. Sulfur blooms into gold. Minerals, compressed and shifted by tectonic forces, exposed by wind and melting snow. A natural canvas written by the Earth's own chemistry. From above, the mountain looks alive, a ribbon of colors spilling across the Andes. In the morning light, the reds burn warm. By midday, the greens and yellows brighten. At sunset, the purples deepen, and the entire peak seems to breathe with the fading light. Beneath the frozen skin of Iceland's largest glacier, there is a hidden world, a cathedral of ice, carved not by hands, but by the patient flow of water and time. This is the Vatnajökull Ice Caves. Here, light bends and softens. Walls glow in deep sapphire and turquoise, like the glacier is lit from within. Every surface is smooth and sculpted, a frozen wave caught in mid-motion. These caves are alive. Each winter new ones form, as meltwater carves fresh chambers deep within the ice. Each spring they vanish, collapsing, reshaping, beginning again. No two visits are ever the same. In the heart of Siberia lies a body of water unlike any other on Earth. So vast, it holds more fresh water than all the Great Lakes of North America combined. So ancient, it's been here for over 25 million years. This is Lake Baikal. In summer, It's a deep blue sea surrounded by mountains and forests. But in winter, it transforms. The surface freezes into sheets of crystal clear ice so pure you can see 40 meters down into the depths. Baikal is the deepest lake in the world, plunging over 1,600 meters down. Its waters are home to species found nowhere else, including the only freshwater seal on the planet. And its clarity is legendary, so pure you can drink straight from the ice when it melts in your hand. At sunset, the frozen surface glows in gold and pink. At night, it reflects the stars like a glass mirror, turning the lake into a cosmic gateway.